These are my favourites. Without a shadow of a doubt, straight away, one throw, I wouldn't have any of the others.
They're like a different colour would have definitely have made these more appealing.
Maybe the shape is not quite what I would like.
The grip feels really good, and I definitely do like these.
With this barrel, grippier than what I'd normally have. 3 sections, a thicker one at the front, then a small space in the middle which is separated from the back, the 2 slightly raised rings. For my grip, which I normally have at the back, you can definitely feel there's something there. A nice grip in the middle, plenty of grip for the grippier player. It's a nice looking dart, and it's something that I could grow into throwing.
Really nice grip. Barrel's nice and plain. I'm not too fussed about that because I tend to find when you have colours in these, you tend to see where your natural greases end up getting into the barrel. I normally tend to hold these around like that, leaning this finger onto the barrel, so I'll probably end up finding just behind this razor will feel quite comfortable for me.
I can find on the dart on the barrel where I would normally grip towards the back, and then you can feel the section in the middle. So I'm going to go for my normal grip at the back. The darts themselves are flying quite nicely, they're sitting in the board nicely.
Instant grip. It is a little bit grippier for what I normally would have, but I'm not saying it's a negative thing for someone who likes a bit of grip.
They've gone in the board safely and at quite a distance, so they're not going to fall out.
Straight away, they kind of go nicely into the board. They fly really nicely. I definitely feel that they go in the board well.
Second dart took a deflection, hence why I sit in the angle, but all 3 throws have gone in roughly the same angle, same depth into the board.
Perfect grouping, as you can see.
So for looks, I'm going to go a little bit plain really for myself. 3.5. Feel, 3.5. Again, they're very grippy. So I'm going to go for a 4. For the value, it's going to be a 4.5. They will sell well. And overall, we're going to give it a 4.
They're nice and basic. There's nothing fancy about them. So I'm going to go for a 3. I think people with a lot of favour for grippy darts, I think they'll like those. I'm going to go for a 4. I quite like them. So value-wise, I would definitely say they are definitely worth their money at a 5. I think they're definitely worth 40 to 50 pounds. Overall, I would say the same as Mark. So we're now going to look at the Dreadheart. Very nice grip to start with. I do like the fact the taper's got a bit of grip for those who really like to throw right far forwards. And then, like I said, you've got these 2 zones here where your fingers will naturally fall within for regular positioning. And I quite like this flight design. Overall, straight away, actually looking forward to have a throw at these.
They look nice. Feeling the barrel, yes. These are something that I could personally throw. Scalloped middle, and then a bit of grip at the back. There's going to be somewhere there, and that feels comfortable.
So instantly these feel really nice. That grip's, for me, Robin Hooding already, for me the grip is probably a little bit far back on this notch here. You can probably just about see it. There's a little lift here. So for me personally, that's actually in my way.
Having to fiddle a little bit to find that grip again. That first dart has gone slightly off kilter, but there's 3 darts there that sat in the board really nicely for me.
Prefer to throw a bit further back. That shouldn't really be a problem.
They're not totally as comfortable as I would like them to be. It's maybe the shape is not quite what I would like.
A very nice grouping, nice and tight.
I'm generally throwing the 3 darts and they're not too far apart, so they can't be too bad.
I could see myself getting a set of these. We'll just have to change my grip to make it work.
Yeah, I'm still struggling to find that constant continuation of the grip.
All right, so from the looks out of the box, I really like these. I like the red flare. on the barrels. It just gives them a little bit of uniqueness against some of the other competitors out there in the market. So I'm going to give that a solid 5 straight away. They feel really, really nice. The only thing I would say is if you like a particular type of grip, it would be worth looking at these first before you go and buy them, because that little rim that I was talking about when I was throwing, that's going to be a problem for some people. But once you get used to it, it's actually really nice. I'm going to go for a 4.5. As for the grip itself across the barrel, that's really good. I'll give that a solid 5 for how I like a bit of grip. I like it a little bit not too grippy, a bit pricey for me personally, but they're definitely worth it. The feel and the build of them are really good. I'll probably put this down as a 4 because it's more on an opinion thing. It's just slightly outside the range of where I would put myself for darts. Overall, I'll give it a solid 4.5.
I like them. They're going to be a 5. First initial feel, they felt nice, but once throwing, I'm going to have to give them a 3.5. Grip, it's quite nice, but for me, it's going to be a 4. For me, that's past what I would normally pay for a set of darts. A 3.5 for that. If that was down by about £10–15, we could probably say I could be tempted. Overall, I'm going to go 3.5. So it will suit some people, but it's not quite for me as I expected them to when I first see them. Shot Hachettes are a bronzy goldy colour, torpedo shaped by looks of things at 24 gram, which is what I throw. Now the fiddly part of getting the darts out, very torpedo. Again, you've got 3 different grips by looks of things. You've got a small back grip, a slightly different middle grip, and then the tapered off nose. But yeah, a nice looking dart. These could be a bit more me. I think these are a nice looking dart.
These are a different style. I've thrown with stuff like darts like these before. Don't normally suit my throw style, but for those who like this style of barrel, more grippy on the front, the smoother area there for repeat throwing, and then it comes back to that same grip again at the back for those that would rather throw further back on the dart. And once again, I do like these, the way they've designed their flights to keep it in with the whole Knight idea.
I'm not having to fiddle about too much finding a grip. It's gone straight to the back. First 2 darts have gone in really nicely, sitting just above the treble, and they're flown really well, nice and straight.
Ooh. As you can see, these aren't my normal style of barrels, but when you do get them to go in the same direction, they do group really nicely. Trying to find the right grip point on these is a little bit difficult for me, but others probably won't find the same issue if you're used to this shape of barrel.
The colour may put some people off because of the burn, I don't know if you call it a burn or bronze colour or gold.
The colour themselves, I think they're nothing special, the colours of these. I wouldn't be necessarily buying these for the specific colour. It seems like a nice to have.
They're flying nice and straight, sitting in the board nicely. Yeah, I do like these.
He says he doesn't like these, but you know, grouping them better than the others.
The looks, I think they could look a little bit prettier. Give that a 4 for both the feel and the grip, because I did like them ones. I'm gonna go 5, and the value, 62.50. Again, a little bit on the steep side. Early 50s, I could be very tempted. No, gonna go a solid 4 on that one. Overall, I'm gonna go 4.5. When I win the lottery, I could be tempted to buy a set.
The barrel's a barrel. The grip looks really nice. The colour, it's a bronzy colour. I'll go for a 4, but yeah, the colour is just a bit meh. It's not my sort of feel of darts, but for those of you that do like that shape, they would feel really good for you. So I'm going to go for a 4 on that. I like how they've allowed for people who like to throw on the middle of the barrel to have that slight different grip type before you go to the front and back, where most people will play with these. So I'll give that a 5. 62.50. Once again, for me, it is on the price side. If it was down £5 to £10, it'd probably put it in a better window for me personally. So give that a 4. But overall, I reckon we can give these a nice solid 4.5. I think for those of you that like this barrel configuration, I think you'd really like these. So straight away, as you can see, like I said, it's got this really nice blue silver design through, very smoothish with the in cut. We've got a really nice grippy, slightly different point on these ones in comparison to the others. They've elected for the gold. Looks about the same length though. It'll be interesting to see when I throw them where I'll end up throwing from. So now we've got them all set up, let's have a look.
Right, my first impression of the Darkstar, these are my colours, blue and gold. I do like the look of these, like the flight, like the colour of the barrels and the gold point. I wouldn't change too much. For me, my hand has fell right into the back of the barrel, really grippy middle section. It's got enough grip on the back without being too aggressive compared to the middle, which is really aggressive. Yeah, these are so far my favourites.
Instantly, I'm throwing just behind the extra grippy place for me personally, which is nice because the grip itself is on the front of my thumb and index finger for repeatability on throw.
These are my favourites. Without a shadow of a doubt, straight away, one throw, I wouldn't have any of the others. My hand has fallen nicely every single time.
Actually, out of all of them, I like these a lot. I wouldn't be taking advantage of that lovely grip and effort and the work craftsmanship on this grip area, but these are nicely balanced and they do throw really nice and straight and well.
Very happy with these darts. I would have to get used to them because they're very slightly grippier down the middle that I'm used to. I am ignoring the middle section of the dart. I'm impressed.
The grip itself, I feel like I'm wasting the effort they put into it. However, I do like the option that it's there. It's not off-putting at all. I just like to throw them further back. But for those of you that tend to hold the barrel further forwards, that's gonna be a perfect, nice grippy area. It does feel really nice. I might give them a go from there, see how bad they go. He says. I could be tempted to throw a bit further forwards. The grip feels really good, and I definitely do like these. So overall, the looks of the Darkstar, it does look like Star Wars. It looks like R2-D2. We all can see it, and I do like that design. So overall, the looks, I'm going to give the looks a 5. They felt weird initially for me, but that's my personal opinion on how a barrel is for what I've been used to. But I could definitely get used to these. So initial feel, I'm going to say 4.5. The grip, I'm going to go with 4.5 for the same reasons as I've just said. Value-wise,
$79.95.
At $79.95, they are. I reckon if we'd lost £15 off that, I would definitely be jumping at these straight away. They are really nice. And if I had the budget, I possibly would swing to getting a set of these. So when we get to those sweet points, we are inclined to part with a bit more money when we probably wouldn't elsewhere. So I'm going to give these a 4 again. Overall, I'm going to give these a solid 5. I really like these. Could possibly be swayed to part with the little extra money that I wouldn't normally do.
It says out of 5. I would personally go higher, but 5 is where I can go. I like the feel. Yes, a little bit too grippy for me down the middle, but this grip at the back is nice. I've got to go for a 5 and the grip 5. The value?
$79.95.
$79.95 is well above where I would normally pay for a dart. I previously said if I won the lottery I'd have one of the other sets. Yes, it's still about £10 to £15 higher than I'd like to pay, but I could very much be tempted to buy these. Yeah, I'm going to go for a 4.5. They're my favourites. I do like them. The colour looks good. The grip felt nice. Good 5 out of 5 for them ones.
The first set of the Ironsols, if you're up for a nice, solid, basic dart, if you wanted something on the budget end, the Ironsols are definitely worth it.
The Ironsols, yeah, a good starter dart, playing for 2 or 3 months where you're knowing what you like throwing.
The one I really dislike the most, but it's a colour thing, is the Hachette. I feel like a different colour would have definitely have made these more appealing, or even just going for a plain silver.
The Hachettes were a nice dart to throw. I did like them. The colouring I could get used to. Price slightly let them down.
I really did like these red Dreadheart. It wouldn't be one that I'd go for at the price range, personally myself, but these are a nice solid dart.
The Dreadhearts, like the colouring, only one really that I would say I'd part money with is the Darkstar. Felt nice, They look nice, just slightly overpriced for my personal opinion.
The Darkstar, the most expensive out of the four, these are solid. These, like I said, I would part money that I wouldn't normally part with to get a set of these if I played more regularly. But you know, out of the four, the Ironsoul and the Darkstar, the two that I would generally look at going for. These throw nice and they feel really nice.
Let's see what these amateurs thought of the new shot Future Knight range. Now the Ironsoul darts got a 3.3 in terms of looks. They're quite basic in their look, I can understand it, they're not as exciting as the rest of the range. And in terms of value, they got a 4.8. However, the overall was a 3.94. However, let's have a look how the rest fared. The Dreadheart got a 5 in terms of their looks. They love that red. They felt the darts were really lovely, they'd just like to see them about £10–15 cheaper. Let's look at the Hachette next. Overall, a 4.38. It wasn't their profile, but they felt like if it was, they really liked the feel of this dart. They weren't too sure about the colour. Finally, the Darkstar. I guarantee had these been £15 cheaper, they may have both been really tempted. Either way, a massive 4.69 out of 5. So the Darkstar was their favourite. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.